Hey everyone, welcome back to the month ahead reading. This is for August 2025. We're going to look at firstly the astrology for the month ahead. What are the energies, who's mostly affected and how, the full moon and the new moon, and any other important things. And then we're going to look at the card reading for your sign. Okay, so let's get into it with the astrology, and timestamps are also below for when you get to the part of the reading to do with your sign. So you can go by your rising, sun or moon, and you can watch a couple of different readings if you go by that. Rising probably first. And if you're interested in astrology and the energies, though, I'd say listen to this part of the reading because I'm going to give you some important, valuable information. Okay, so for August, this is what we've got going on. From the 7th, the first key planetary shift is that Mars, the planet of action and drive, moves into a different sign. It moves into Libra, which is more of a social energy. However, Mars is not really well placed in Libra. It does better in Aries and Scorpio, okay, and Capricorn, obviously, where it's in its strongest placement. But Libra is more of a debilitated energy for Mars to be in, so we can find some frustrations in this type of energy coming up. Now, if you are a Libra, it can, however, in one way energize you or make you feel like your life is super busy. It can be more positive for you if you're a Gemini or an Aquarius because it gives you the trine aspect. So for Geminis and Aquarius, this could be like a bit of a boost that you need to get things done, to be on task and to feel on point with things. But socially, because with Mars in Libra, there can be more passive aggressive energy around with people and relating with people. There can be more underlying energy of competition, of just an uncomfortable energy of competitiveness that is not really welcome. It's not like an open competition type energy. It's more of a undercurrents or people not being honest and upfront and kind of hiding their resentment and doing passive aggressive things. This is that type of energy, unfortunately. So it's not all bad. It just means that there could be for people that are Mars ruled, like Scorpios and Aries people, you may find that this energy feels tense, and the other signs that will find it tense will be, other than Aries, which is an opposition for you, would be Capricorns and Cancers might find this a bit tense or a bit stressful, or adjustments need to be made this month with this energy. Okay, socially it could be, you know, there's a lot going on, but you could find that if you are involved in social stuff this month, there is a bit of an edge of people pushing to get above others in a way that's, like I said, passive aggressive or not so nice. Okay, if you have to do anything with renovations, say for some people doing that, if anyone's watching this doing that, it could be good in terms of finding the right aesthetic, but it could be challenging in terms of applying your vision to the reality, especially because Saturn's retrograde, because that relates to renovations. Just because of the Mars in Libra, taking action around these things. Also taking action around anything beauty related or like related to your aesthetic, your looks, your hair, your skin, your body. If you're, I would say be careful of trying something new that you haven't got a solid background or recommendation from somebody else. Just be cautious of something new like that to do with those things. Moving on August 9th, we have a full moon in Aquarius. So Aquarius, again, it's a very socially aware energy, different to Libra, but more in the collective, the higher mindedness of the collective. It's a very idealistic energy. It's where we look at what the bigger picture meaning of something is, what the bigger picture effect of things is. And collectively, there could be some really strong energy going on in the collective with groups of people. So like we could be seeing things going on in society that are peaking around certain groups. So anything where there's group involvement, and there's, you know, Aquarius is very much humanitarian energy, about power of the people type energy, so, and freedom and liberation. So anything around those themes could be very much in the public eye with the full moon in Aquarius. And it could also bring attention to things where there's group involvement, like I said, or getting together with friends on a more personal level, getting together in groups, work groups, things like that. So August 9th, you know, depends on your actual chart where you have the sign of Aquarius. You know, if you're an Aquarius rising, you could feel this as a bit more emotionally sensitive, a bit more raw, and maybe sensitive around dealing with people. If you've got Leo, Taurus or Scorpio, you could find the energy a little bit tense around that full moon, but it's not a terrible full moon. It does have an opposition just from Mercury in Leo, so there may be some kind of push and pull between what you feel you want or what you feel is important to what other people are wanting around that full moon on August 9th. So yeah, and like I said, if you're a fixed sign, so Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio or Leo, around 17 degrees, anything like that around that degree in your chart of those signs, you could feel a bit emotional then. Though it's not the most emotional full moon because it is Aquarius, tends to be more detached, but it could still be depending on your own chart. Then August 11th, Mercury actually goes direct, comes out of its retrograde phase, so yay for that. This Mercury retrograde has been particularly annoying. I'm just gonna say, like, I've noticed that a lot of stuff that for myself that has just been like frustrating to do with technology, to do with work stuff, just some issues that don't usually flare up too much, but I have noticed this one, probably because it's in a fixed sign and I've got a lot of fixed signs in my chart. But anyway, it goes direct from August 11th. Really, it needs a couple of days for it to settle, you know, into its new, you know, direct phase. So I would say probably by August 12th, 13th, you'll notice. And there's always the shadow period, but I'll just say by August 13th, it starts to be a bit easier and starts to move out of the retrograde. So the other stuff this month is August 23rd, the sun goes into Virgo. So happy birthday, Virgo people. And for Virgo season, we are more focused on our health, our well-being, our body, our physical health, our work, and improving systems in all of those areas. So, you know, decluttering. I mean, we've just recently had Mars in Virgo, which was great for decluttering. But if you missed that opportunity to declutter and tidy up something important that you've been meaning to, whether it's paperwork or a room in your house or whatever, now from the 23rd of August, the sun in Virgo gives you another opportunity to either refine what you've done before if you did get started last month or previously, or just start, you know, doing something like going through old clothes, getting rid of old things, cleaning things that you haven't cleaned for a while. You know, stuff like that is really good. Also looking after your health more and looking after your nervous system, because Virgo rules the nervous system as well. And it's important, you know, we'll feel that energy, a sensitivity around that. Some people might feel Virgo also sorry, I'm trying to say 5 things at once here. Virgo also rules the intestines, small intestines. So some people can have, in Virgo season, sometimes a bit of sensitivity with that part of the body. And, you know, that can lead to looking at, okay, well, what's my diet like? What food am I eating that's agitating me? You know, is dairy causing me issues? You know, things like that, because it can affect then how you feel, not just your body physically, but how you feel in your moods and things like that, and your emotions. So Virgo is all about remedies and health tips and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, if you've got a focus in your chart in Virgo, you might find that you're very focused on work and health this month. Then also on the 23rd, when the sun goes into Virgo, we have a new moon in Virgo, and that one is a little bit, it's got a few tense aspects with it. It's got square from Uranus, square from Uranus, in conjunct from Saturn, and also from Neptune. So, I mean, new moons that are under tense aspects generally they're not super dramatic, but there can be things that are starting or beginning in society at that time that you just look at with side eye and go, why are they doing that? What's that about? Like, you know, why do we need to do all these other steps for something that we did very simply before? And that can be a Virgo thing, which is like, oh, we have to do this step now and that step now, all in the name of improvement. But sometimes it's like, is that really the purpose? So some people might find this new moon in Virgo a bit irritating, I'm going to say, for sure. Especially like if there's new systems that they're bringing into work that you're kind of looking at going, why do we have to do this? This is really irritating. Like, does it even make sense? You know, things like that. Or you might have to start some health protocol that you're really not into. Maybe you have to take some medication and you're like, this is not fun. Like, I don't like this medication. I want to try some other medication. You know, just as an example, right? Random example, because it's health. Or you start eating, you know, say you need to get, you know, change from having dairy, and you try to have, you know, like vegan dairy, and you're just like, oh, my stomach doesn't like it, or whatever it is, right? It can be these type of adjustments needed where you're changing things from what you were doing before to a new thing, and then it's like, oh, that's not really working. What am I going to do now? You know, so listen to your intuition, listen to your body around August 23rd in particular, around the new moon in Virgo. For some people, for the new moon in Virgo, you can start a new job, you can start a new health regime for yourself, something new like that, that can potentially, could be a good thing, but it might have some teething problems with it, so to speak, okay? Then moving on, 26th of August, Venus goes into Leo, which is a very romantic sort of energy, very sort of expressive about love. You know, if you have feelings that you haven't shared with someone, from the 26th of August for the next few weeks is a good time to get emotions off your chest. If you're a fire sign, this is going to be a lovely energy for you. If you're a Leo, a Sag, or an Aries, because Venus is going to harmoniously assist your life in nice ways, bring in a bit of, maybe a bit of excitement, a bit of buzz, a bit of positive energy to your love life, and also to your enjoyment of life in general as well. And Venus in Leo is more of a creative energy around love, but also just creativity in general itself. So if you're a creative person, from 26th of August for those next few weeks after that, you can feel that you're tapping into your creative side a bit more. So yeah, it's a good time to do anything creative that you're into for the enjoyment of it, or you know, for whatever the reason, if it's part of a business, whatever it is. And that's pretty much it for August. But let me just give you a heads up for next month. Not that I usually talk about the next month in these ones, but next month we've got eclipse season. So stay tuned next month and subscribe to the channel if you want to find out what the eclipse situation is for next month. We have 2 eclipses in the Pisces Virgo signs. So if you're a Pisces or Virgo, you'll want to know about what's going on for next month. So like I said, if you haven't subscribed, do subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, the link to my website is below. Also, I do recommend to join me on Patreon, where I upload more regular content than I do anywhere else. I do up to 4 videos a month, including pick a card readings, the new moon and the full moon in depth for every single sign. So the new moon and full moon that I just mentioned in this reading, I go way more in depth on my Patreon, and I will talk about it for every sign with timestamps as well as what to expect. Now, I've got to turn my heater off because I'm getting overheated. It's a really rainy day in Sydney today. It's really quite cold, so I had the heater warming up the room. Now I'm going to do the cards for you guys. So who am I starting with? Let me see. I think I'm just going to start with the fire signs. Okay, so fire signs first. Now, these are the decks I've got. I haven't used this one for a very long time. Movie Tarot. Was just drawn to that today. I'm also going to use my Cosmic Signs and Omens Oracle, which is my deck that I created. You can actually buy that from my website if you're interested. Limited stock at the moment. And this one, which is the Ocean of Wisdom Oracle cards. Okay, so, and I'll use the Astro Dice as well. So let's look at the fire signs. What's going on for you fire signs for August? And August is still Leo season until the 23rd when it goes to Virgo. So, you know, most fire signs' energy is pretty good. Let's see for fire. What have we got? We have the World. Ooh, that's nice. So this can be to do with travel. Okay, so if you're a fire sign, for some fire signs, not all, you may be thinking of travel. You may have travel coming up. You may be thinking about your life in a big picture sense. I'm getting a real heart chakra resonance on this. So this is something important for some fire signs if you're traveling, or if you've got stuff going on to do with overseas connections or long distance connections with people. Heart chakra activation. Ooh, you might meet someone if you haven't already, or you might have someone at a distance from you that you're going to be connecting with, or hearing from someone at a distance. Fire signs this month of August. What else for fire signs? Aries, Leo, Sag. 5 of Coins. Okay, so you do have some concerns about your finances and also possibly your health. You might be worrying. It doesn't mean that things are bad with those things. It might be you're just worried. For some that have been something to do with travel, you may be worried about spending, you know, spending, savings, things like that. You may be worried about what you're going to do in the future with your money situation. Yeah, Judgment is a pretty heavy card. It is Pluto. So you could have heavy things on your mind this month, even though you've got like this heart chakra activation. It looks like you're worried about quite serious things, fire signs. Wow, 6 of Swords. That all said, you are moving forward with your life, fire signs. And I feel like particularly Aries people, because Saturn and Neptune are in your sign at this time, and you know, especially if you're early born Aries, you'll be feeling this very strongly, or if you've got early degrees. This is about moving forward. I do get travel, so there are definitely going to be someone watching that's going to be traveling or organizing travel or planning something for the future, travel related. I'm really drawn to this mountain here, and I get sort of like places where there's like cold for someone. I want to say Mount Fuji, so I don't know, is that in Japan? I can't even think where that is, but I just heard that. So maybe someone wants to go to Japan, I don't know. And there could be other places connected to other people that are to do with rugged sort of areas, hiking. Interesting, very different messages. And the Six of Swords is like, again, travel over water, so that's really strong. Okay, let's see what else comes up for the fire signs. And I just want to say, look, not all fire signs are traveling, obviously, in August, but if you're not traveling, this is about you working out some deeper issues in yourself that have been bothering you for a long time, that feel like they may have been holding you back or preventing you from going to the next level in your life financially and also with your physical health. Now, for other Aries and Sagittarius and Leos, I'm getting something about health here. It's time to really start to look after your health next level. That's what I'm getting, so that you can move forward with other areas. There's something really important with that. Yes, time away, meditation, breathe, and space to think. So some of you are dreaming of taking time off or getting away. Comes up really clearly. Again, it's like air travel when you see all the clouds through the airplane window. There must be a few people wanting to travel. Thankful, receiving, helpful, and friendship. Nice people around you this month who are helping you, fire signs, which is really nice. Full moon, wow. So there's a mention of the full moon coming up, which, as I said, it's on August 9th in Aquarius. So fire signs, pay attention to the full moon in Aquarius. That's harmonious for Aries and Sagittarius. It's maybe a little bit more tense for Leos, a little bit. But there's something coming up on this full moon on August 9th for you that's key. This month of, I'm getting emotional, or some kind of emotional shift. All right, let's look at the one last message for the fire signs from the, what's this one again? This is the Ocean of Wisdom Oracle. Fire signs. This one's popping out. Ocean Goddess, embrace your inner creativity and flexibility, navigating life's twists and turns with ingenuity. I love that. How cool. It's like she's the female, like the feminine of King Neptune. It's like, I don't know, Queen Neptune. That's cool. So it's talking about embracing your creative side to come up with clever solutions and strategic ways of handling things that may come up this month. Okay, so you have a gift or an ability with that. That was fire signs. Thank you, fire signs. If you'd like to book a personal reading, the link is below. All right, so moving on, I want to do the earth signs next. All right, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I think for Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, you probably feel more comfortable with the energies from August 23rd when we go into the Virgo season, Virgo vibes. It's just going to maybe feel a bit more on your level of energy, practicalities and things like that, and smooth, a bit smoother. Excuse me, I forgot to bring my water bottle in. Whoops. I usually need to drink water when I talk a lot. Anyway, earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. What are the messages? Two of Coins. So, okay, for the earth signs, you're balancing things this month. Page of Cups. Maybe balancing between emotional needs, relationships. It could be a love interest coming in or someone from the past resurfacing. With the Page of Cups, it's like, it's kind of a gentle, somewhat tentative offer from somebody. Romantic, definitely. Two of Coins is like you're juggling things. You're feeling like you're juggling two different aspects of your life, work and love, or family and work, or, you know, your love life and your dreams and where you want to go. Three of Swords. Ooh, some earth signs are hearing from somebody from the past that hurt you. Uh-oh. The Fool. Someone could be coming in a little bit foolishly, or randomly, or unexpectedly when you're not expecting it, and maybe not even wanting to hear from them. You might be like, ugh, I'm done, I'm over it, I'm tired, you know, that kind of vibe. With the Three of Swords, like this, someone here that hurt you or that you had somewhat of a heartbreak over. Could be an Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising with the Fool. Could be Pisces with the Page of Cups. But there's something of an impulsive energy with this person. Let's get one more card around this. It's definitely telling a story here about that. Queen of Swords, you're just like, and this is the movie Tarot, Sharon Stone from, I can't remember the name of the movie, that classic one anyway. Queen of Swords, she knows what's up. She ain't no fool. And she may not be in the mood, you may not be in the mood for this person. And, you know, look, it could happen before the Mercury goes direct, because Mercury retrograde in Leo is classic for exes to come back. So there might be some residual energy between you and another person. For some people, you know, there could be a healing potentially with this, but I'm inclined to say that you really aren't in the mood for this person. You're just not. But there might be, this is on the bottom, Justice with Harrison Ford from, what was it? I don't know why I thought it, one of the ones, Raiders of the Lost Ark, but I can't remember the genre of all the movies, but mental blank. But anyway, so the Justice card is like, well, there might be something that's unfinished here with this situation. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Okay. Wedding. Oh my god, this person's really looks like a soulmate to you. Commitment and destiny. They may have thought about things and thought, you know what, this person's my soulmate, blah blah blah. And they might be coming back all sincere, and you're just like the Queen of Swords, like, no, not feeling it. No, you hurt me too much with the Three of Swords. You know, you acted like a jerk too many times. No. And then it's like, oh, but we've got a connection. So, you know, however that lands for you personally, this is a collective reading, obviously. One last card. Oh my gosh. That's unexpected. Look, some of you that are watching Earth signs, you might genuinely feel a connection to this person, but they've just done so many things that has just hurt you so much that you are just drained. That's what I'm getting. Giant clams. Find peace in the depths of your being and let the quiet strength of your inner sanctuary protect you. Wow, that's a deep message. Okay. So this is about being very centered in yourself. And us earth signs, we are generally good at being centered in ourselves. But, you know, sometimes people try to ruffle our feathers, but most earth signs, I mean, I say myself too, because I'm a Taurus. I've got a few things in Taurus. We're not easily ruffled, but geez, if, you know, you really... put the red flag in front of the bull, you will get the horns, you know, as they say. So this is saying, like, this person is, look, depends, you know, on the situation, but some of you are feeling like this person might agitate you and you kind of wanted to retreat back into your clamshell. You know, you might feel like, I just don't have the energy to deal with these chaotic, agitating, upsetting with the Three of Swords vibes, regardless of how sincere they may feel or be. So, you know, again, like, these are collective energies, so this is not going to be for everybody exactly, you know, like I say, you know, if you'd like to book a personal reading, go to my website. But very interesting, very strong messages there. Wow. So it looks like earth signs are most likely going to hear from someone from the past this month by the looks of it. Okay, let's move on to water signs. Okay, let's look at Cancerians. I was going to do the Astro Dice, but I forgot, so sorry guys. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Oh, some cards are already popping out. Eight of Cups, leaving somewhere. Strength. Oh, who's that? Oh, that's Sigourney Weaver in Alien. That's why she's got that. Yeah, so the Eight of Cups and the Strength card. So it is taking strength for you, water signs, this month to move towards something very empowering for your life, or something that you need to step away from that's not empowering. Either way, however it resonates for you. You got through Three of Swords as well. Wow. There's a situation that you want to move on from because you're not happy there. I feel like this is a physical place. This is either a home, a workplace, or something along those lines for the water signs. The Empress. Yeah, wow. Gosh, I'm getting a really strong energy here. This is like, you know, it's time to level up, water signs. It's time to evolve. It's time to go to a better place in your life. You're actually being called to something where you're much more able to receive the abundance and the joy and the bliss that you deserve. This is a beautiful reading. Wow. It's like with Sigourney Weaver here in the Strength card, you've dealt with enough aliens. Excuse me. What does that mean? You've dealt with enough aliens. You've dealt with enough craziness. It's time to create your sanctuary, whether that's in a new job situation, a new home situation, or just drawing in more abundance and coming out of this sadness of reflecting on the past, of feeling like I missed out on this, I didn't get that, this relationship didn't work out, that situation didn't work out, I'm not happy. But the Empress is like, well, guess what? You can take this new journey, the Eight of Cups, towards your heart's truth to get something way better. You're going to be very comfortable. Oh, you've been reflecting on focusing on your goals, business, work, and progress. Yes. So you know, some water signs may be saving for something, or maybe working towards a new path that's opening up. And it's going to be, with the Empress that came up, it's going to be very, very rewarding for you. And it's going to be very happy for you. A very happy time coming up. Mermaid magic. Embrace the magic within and let your intuition guide you through life's currents. Yeah, so water signs, we all know you guys have really strong intuition. I have a water rising, so I know. Scorpio rising. Water signs, listen to your gut feeling at the moment, not your fears. That's what I'm getting. Because your fears will keep you sort of like, oh, I can't go for that. That's too good. You know, that's too grand. That's too whatever. And I'm not saying to, you know, do things that are beyond your means or anything like that. But it's more like trusting where your intuition is pushing you and guiding you towards. So your spirit guides seem to be prompting you forward at this time. It would totally also make sense for the water signs, because Jupiter's in a water sign, and Jupiter's all about growth, especially for Cancerians, but also for Pisces and Scorpio, because you will be receiving the trine from Jupiter if you haven't already, depending on your degree. Jupiter's going to be in Cancer until 2026, until June 2026. So this is a time of growth for the water signs. Makes total sense that came up. All right, so moving on, what am I up to? The air signs, the last slot of you guys. To the Gemini, Libras, and Aquarius. All right, let's see the air signs. Hierophant, commitment, going up to another level. Five of Wands. Ooh, something that's been full of conflict and obstacles, but there seems to be a possibility of growth. Let's see what else come up here. Four of Coins. Let's get one more card. Nine of Swords, anxiety. Ooh. It's a bit of a mixed bag here for the air signs. So there seems to be this is Taurus energy. It's the Godfather. So because of the movie Terror. So the Hierophant here is saying, look, there is something that is a next step that you are going to be solidifying. It could be in a relationship. Often this is about going to the next level in a relationship. Now, it is saying you've had to deal with a lot of obstacles. I don't know why I'm hearing 5 years. So for some of you, it could have been something, not for everyone, but something going on for 5 years. Or you've been in a relationship for 5 years, some. And the Four of Coins is about trusting that you have enough resources and strength to get to where you need to go. But this is saying, you know, this is about not forcing things right now. It's like, let things unfold. You do have anxiety about this situation. So I think what I'm getting here is this month you're really kind of waiting and watching. There's a bit of a slow energy here to see like how everything pans out, because this is Taurus energy. This is like slow and steady. You go step by step. And if someone wants to go to the next level with you, you're going to be like really observing the situation to see, are you going to be coming out of this anxiety and conflict in this relationship, or are they going to keep, you know, repeating patterns with you? So, and you're kind of not feeling ready yet to give away what you're feeling. Yep, look at this. Garden path. Go with the flow step by step. That's Taurus energy here. Like I said, this is very step-by-step energy, and it's saying it again. Let's get one more. The air signs for August. Deep feelings, reconnection, passionate romance. This is to do with relationships very clearly. Somebody for the air signs does feel deep feelings for you, and you may have deep feelings for them, but at this time it's like there's no need to rush. Everything's unfolding gradually here. That's what I'm seeing. One last card for the air signs and then I'll finish up. One last message for air signs for August. Jellyfish. Embrace adaptability and go with the flow, allowing life's currents to guide you effortlessly. Yeah, sort of similar energy, step by step, go with the flow. Very similar. It's like, don't rush things. This was on the bottom and really got my attention for the air signs. Sunken treasure. Discover hidden riches within yourself and trust that abundance flows where intention goes. If you've been worried about money, This is saying that you're going to be okay. That's what I'm getting. So, very step-by-step energy for the... And thanks for watching, everyone. If you'd like to book a reading, the link's below. See you next month. Bye.